I did.
No.
Okay,
You can
everybody
play
go
it right
home. We're going to
now.
do this again.
Play it now.
Oh, you know what? Absolutely. Here, let's do that because it's there we go.
Oh,
Yay.
there it is. So when I do it,
Okay,
I have to hit that and then run up real quick and hit the
real
live
quick. Yeah,
a little bit of the first part, but that's okay.
that's
Hi
all right.
everyone.
Okay. We're good to go. So hello
Serena.
everyone. Hi Silly. Hi Lori, Deb Marsh, Mora. And I know Sherry was in here earlier saying hello. And so, yeah, welcome to Messages for Lightworkers, episode 18. So, my co-host Val from Dragonfly Crystals. Don't forget to go over to her channel, do the like, subscribe, share, all that kind of good stuff. And yes, Witchy Gardens, happy Thursday to everyone. So
Absolutely.
Val and I were discussing before we came live, as we usually do. We don't discuss what we're going to talk about until 10 minutes before you press the button. Um, excuse me. And that very much, I think, is we're both guided by spirit, and it's whatever comes up that day, that is what um, we should be talking about and concentrating on. And then it's kind of like it's um, a divine message more than anything else.
Mhm.
So both of us were ultimately what happened was um, discussions around relationships with our fathers. And that sort of came out of, and I'll give you a little background story here. The other night, as I was getting ready to go to bed, just in that before you fall asleep stage, I heard very clearly, forgive everyone and release. And I thought, oh, okay, fear. Yeah, that's an acronym for fear. Forgive everyone and release. But okay, well, I'll make a note of it, and that was it. And then I had occasion um, over the last day or so um, to be exposed again to relationships with fathers. And so before I got on here, I thought, well, I'm going to pull some cards, see what comes in. So the first card that came out was friendship. The second card that came out was perseverance, forgiveness, and relationships. And I thought, well, okay, that's really good. We can discuss um, the relationships that come into our life, and like I said, some come for a reason, some come for a season, right? So can be here for a while. Sometimes we make fast friends, and then we just kind of fall apart, and that's all good. And then the other thing that I had shared with Val, and was my father. I knew my father loved me beyond belief, but he never said I love you ever.
Mhm.
He came from that generation where that was just something that you did not say. You could tell your wife you loved her, but no other female, including daughters. And it wasn't until my youngest sister was born, and there's, I think, 12 years difference between me and her. That um, when she became a teenager, she would make it a point of running up to him when he was sitting on the couch watching TV, doing whatever, and she would plunk herself down in his lap, and she would hug him, and she would say you love me, Dad. Say it, say you love me. And she would hound him like that until he did. And he'd say, yeah, Cindy, you know I do. You know I do. And she just persisted in doing that. And I think, yeah, he probably looked forward to it, as much as it was like, oh, here she comes. But, he was looking forward to it. So much so that it really turned his personality from being the guy who, if the ashtray was at the end of the coffee table and it wasn't right in front of him, would call my mother in from the kitchen and say, I need the ashtray. Like he couldn't see it, right? So she's moving. Yeah, went from being that guy to waking up in the morning and leaning over and saying to Mom, do you want me to make coffee for you? And then he would make coffee and have it ready so that when she came out of bed, her coffee was there.
That's a remarkable transformation just
Yes.
from someone demonstrating their love for another
Yeah.
person. Even somebody is, kind of closed off emotionally and
Yes.
too vulnerable to share their feelings. Like my dad was exactly
Yes.
the same way as yours.
Yes.
Never said I love you.
Yeah.
Rare if I ever got a hug all the time growing up. The only person he would tell that he loved was my mom, his
Yeah.
wife. So
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
that's a transformation, really, from just
Totally.
a daughter coming up and hugging him and, forcing him to open up his
Yes.
feelings and say it. Pretty
Yeah.
soon he got to look forward to it. And even though it looked like he didn't,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure he very much did. And that, kind of looking at the cards that I pulled in light of that, the message, I mean, it's still there. It just tweaked a little bit. And it was about the need to forgive our fathers for not being able to maybe communicate with us the way that we wanted them to. And it's not that they were bad people. It's not that they didn't care.
mhm,
It's that was the generation that they came from, right?
it really
So
was. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you can't do better until you're shown something
Yes,
better, right?
absolutely. And that was a beautiful example of
Yes.
someone being shown love every single day. And
Yeah.
of course, what parent doesn't love their young daughter? Of
Exactly.
course, he's going to respond.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Yeah. And for him, the big thing was he realized that, yeah, the earth did not open up. He didn't fall in. It did not swallow him up. And that he could show emotion, and that it was okay to do that. And it felt good to do that.
right.
So yeah, with all that, um,
He
that
learned vulnerability, at least with his family, was safe.
exactly,
You
that
could
was
do
the big thing, safe.
it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
because in the outside world, showing that kind of emotion
Yeah.
would, I mean, it at that time, it just wasn't manly. It's
Mm-mm.
just not what you did, right?
No,
And
that's
it's
right.
like the old joke about, the couple who've been married 50 years, and the wife says, well, we've been married 50 years now. It's our anniversary. Are you finally going to tell me you love me? And he said, I told you the day I married you. If
Exactly.
anything
That was
changes, I'll let you know.
how many times do I have to say it?
Exactly. Yeah.
I told
Exactly.
you once.
Yeah. Yeah. If anything changes, I'll
I'll
let you
let
know.
you know. I'll keep you
Yeah.
posted.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Uh,
yeah, some good comments here. Yeah. Lori says, my father has been dead for
oh,
7 years. I'm starting to have the relationship with him now that I wished I had when he was alive.
Lord.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's true. I myself,
Absolutely.
same thing here. My dad passed, and then, you know, I've tried to connect with him. Well, maybe not in my mediumship, but he has come to me in dreams. I've asked him to come,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's definitely true that it helped me establish a better relationship with him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I know that as dad mellowed towards the end of his life,
Mhm.
that, yeah, I was there at his passing, and
Mhm.
it was the most beautiful thing that I have ever been part of.
Mhm.
And I mean, I treasured our relationship in the end,
Oh,
because there was nothing left unsaid. There was nothing that I had to say, oh, well, I wish I had said that, or I wish he had told me. It
right.
was done. It was said. It was
Dang,
wonderful.
that is
So,
beautiful.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And Jamie says, yeah, my parents never said I love you, a Southern kiss once, but my grandmother and grandpa told me all the time.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Yeah.
Absolutely true, Jamie, because
Mhm.
that's how things worked at that time during that generation.
Right.
Was, as a parent, your job was to parent. The husband's job was to support the family. The
Mhm.
wife's job was to take care of the home
Mhm.
and raise the kids. And then, yeah, as they had children, the grandparents would come in, and that's when they can open up. That's when they could be emotional, and they can, show the love and everything else.
Right.
That was reserved for the grandkids.
It really was. It
Yeah,
really was. That's really true.
yeah. So,
Yeah. A lot of healing comes with that, getting closure with that relationship with that
yes,
the male in our lives, that the father figure um, really heals all of our relationships with even the masculine, divine masculine within us becomes balanced, that where we honor and embrace that once we heal that
yeah,
relationship
yeah,
with our
absolutely.
outer counterparts of what that is, our dads. And they
Yeah,
say young girls pick men who are very similar to their fathers.
absolutely.
So, for that to be a really good role model. And if you have been in relationships and gotten divorced or, you know, ended relationships, that can be really painful and set you on
Yeah,
even more clearing, path to more
yes,
clearing, having to release a lot of stuff about that, and maybe even giving yourself forgiveness for
yeah,
you allowing yourself to stay in those relationships or be
yes,
in those
yeah.
relationships. But
And to be judgmental
yeah,
of what they were not capable or able at that time to do. And hello, Allison. Hi, Viviani. Hi, Wiki, Maruda, and all the other people who have joined us. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for being here. And yeah, Wiki has a really, really good point here. Yeah, I came to understand that my dad was dealing with his own stuff.
mm,
Exactly. Exactly. That was just it. There's yeah, I mean, I'm not telling secrets out of school, but for a good portion of his life, my father was an alcoholic, and
hmm,
he was a weekend alcoholic, right? He was fine during the week, but
yeah,
anyway, and it used to irk me, and I used to think that, oh my God. And I remember saying to him at one point, you love that booze more than you love us.
hmm,
And it wasn't until, yes, I was an adult and looked back and I thought, oh my God, the things that he endured as a child and
yeah,
as a young adult, I'm surprised that that's all he did was drink on the weekends. He had his own demons that he thought he could temporarily forget with the alcohol, right?
and that mirrors my dad to a T,
Yeah,
except for the alcohol. He grew up with an alcoholic father. But the things he endured as a
yeah,
child growing up, you don't even want to know about it.
yeah,
But he knew he would never drink as an adult because of what it was like to live with an
Yeah.
alcoholic father. But this did not open him up emotionally. He's still completely wounded and closed off. Um,
Yeah.
so there he was. Yours did the alcohol, and mine just completely closed
Yeah.
off.
Exactly.
So I mean, they had their own. He was pretty reclusive, except for going out and getting his, doing his job and coming back home.
Yeah.
He wasn't very verbal. So,
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. They didn't at that time. They did not have the tools
mm-mm.
um, available to them that they could explore their feelings and all that. That stuff was just too much woo woo
Oh,
at the time, right?
yeah.
They couldn't do that. So
Mm-mm.
imagine if you're a sensitive soul and there's that compassion and empathy in you and you have no outlet for that. There is no way that you can express that for fear that you will be judged for
Partially,
that.
as a man of that era, of that generation, you
Exactly.
had to really shield yourself and hide yourself off, whether that's with alcohol or,
Yeah,
my father,
exactly. Yeah.
well,
And like Wiki says, yeah, and drinking was acceptable.
yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
It's
Yeah.
it's what everybody did. It's what you were expected to do. So um yeah. Hey, Alexandra Bellino. And who else? Shaw Woman just came
Mhm,
in.
mhm.
And Lori had to go. The granddaughters are there. Oh, go enjoy. Go
Yep,
enjoy.
definitely.
So
Yeah.
yes, and yeah, Allison said too that yeah, I
Mhm.
came from a family that never said I love you. My son
Yeah.
and I say it every day. Yeah,
Yes, that's what it should be. Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Absolutely. I will still, I mean, I have to reach up, but I will reach up and I will love my son and I tell him how much I love him and concerned about him and
Mhm.
all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
And yeah, we we do now what we know to do,
yeah,
right?
right.
And yeah, so
Yeah,
that's where the energy is changing, where things are shifting, and um, I think people are more and more willing to discuss their feelings, more and more willing to get um, into their own wounds and expose them
yeah. The
without.
vulnerability, yeah,
Yeah.
is now it's acceptable to be vulnerable almost. I mean,
Yes,
men
it
to
is.
actually be sensitive. It's okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Men can cry
Absolutely.
and have feelings.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
And um yeah, I know that with my son who he's an empath. He's connected himself and he's learning how to trust his intuition and all that. To take that kind of personality and say you can never express it. You have to tap it down and you have to hide it deep inside your soul. And if you reveal it to anyone, they're going to mock you for the rest of your life.
Now that's like soul crushing to
Yes.
tap yourself
Yeah.
down to that extent when you're
Yeah.
that kind of empathic person who is naturally a feeling person. Can you
Yes.
imagine? That would just be really hard to deal
Yeah.
with. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And yeah, Maruda says, yeah, my dad's family was torn apart after World War II.
Mhm.
Yes, I can totally understand that. Um, my parents were both born just before the start of the Second World War in Croatia. It was Yugoslavia at the time.
Mhm.
And yeah, the things that they witnessed, the things that they had to go through, um, unimaginable. I cannot imagine what that fear on a daily basis would be like.
Good to be terrible,
Yeah,
terrible.
just
And my parents were a little bit older, but I my mom says when she was a girl, they really had to use a lot of rubber because they made the tires for the planes and things like that, and they would have to put cardboard any holes in their shoes because
yeah.
they, they weren't making rubber on the bottom of shoes anymore. And she said she had friends that were Japanese Americans, and one day they wouldn't be in school. That was the biggest shame. I can't believe our country ever did that for entertainment purposes
It's
only.
only,
Or,
yeah, yeah,
the internment camps and whatnot are
yeah,
unbelievable to me.
yeah,
It just, yeah, that was shameful. But
yeah.
yeah,
Hey, Trish. Yeah, it absolutely was, and everybody did, some form of exclusion, and
hmm
it's one of the ways um, that people who feel bad can make themselves feel better is by pointing out the other and blaming things on the other,
hmm
right? So
right,
that, yeah, the reason that I'm unemployed has nothing to do with the fact that I'm primarily lazy, and there isn't a job out there that I'm qualified for that is going to pay me $50 an hour.
hmm
So that's not my fault. It's because the immigrants are coming in and they're
yeah.
taking our jobs.
If I haven't heard that once, I've heard it a million
Right.
times. Reading
Yeah,
it in the news, or I mean, throughout all this time of
exactly.
history, and here we are. This is the United States, the melting pot of the world. That's all we are people from other countries.
Exactly.
The only people
Yeah,
that were here were Native Americans, and we tread on
yeah,
their territory.
yeah.
So, yeah, hello, we have no, like,
None at all. And when you look around and see, the immigrants are stealing our jobs. Okay, well,
oh,
what jobs are the immigrants doing?
oh,
Like, um, like, they're being caretakers, they're, scrubbing down toilets in office buildings, they're vacuuming offices, they're making the beds in the hotels. You know why they're doing that? Because they need a job and they need to feed their family. So they
yeah,
will take any job that
yeah,
they can. So
absolutely.
they're not taking your job because
Yeah,
clearly, if you wanted that job, you would have been employed there.
exactly.
So,
Thank you for saying that because I'm going to say something controversial. We've gotten a little bit lazy about what we're willing to go out and do to support our families.
yeah,
Like we're so elevated, we can't go out and cut people's lawns
yeah,
or, trim some bushes or, do
yeah,
some hotel work where we make beds for a
yeah,
living or whatever that is. It's good, honest work.
yeah,
If you need to go get a job, these jobs are available. They're out there.
exactly. They are.
Maybe while you're waiting for a training course or another job, go out and get these kind of jobs. There is no shame
Exactly.
in on good
No,
honest work at all.
no, none at all. None at all. And yes, when my parents and my sister and I, when we immigrated to Canada,
Mhm.
we came here with two suitcases. That was it.
Wow,
Two suitcases. We
that's
had, yeah, we had left Croatia in the middle of the night on the pretense that we were going on holiday to Austria. Um, we took the train into Vienna. Once we got there, we were very quickly ushered into an apartment that there was two other families in. We spent 6 months in that apartment, and you had to be very quiet because you didn't want anyone to know how many people were in there
oh gosh.
until we got our paperwork and everything to be able to come to Canada.
Oh wow.
And then, yeah. They both, mom and dad, took whatever. I mean, dad had a trade. He was a tool and die maker. He was a master
Mhm.
machinist, so
Mhm.
it didn't take him long. And mom got a job at a factory because,
Mhm.
you know, they
Right.
didn't come here. No, nobody said, "Oh, here, welcome. Here's your $10,000 to get you started."
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
so it's not, and and this story isn't dissimilar to a lot of other people who did the
No.
same thing, who came the
Very
same
true.
way.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm here for something better in life.
Mhm.
And yeah, exactly, Allison. Yeah,
Mhm.
you came from nothing and you struggled and you made it. You made it. You made a better life for your children so that they could have more opportunities and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
you know,
Yeah. And I know I have to agree, Allison. My grandparents were all of them on, you know, they the
yeah,
males. My grandfathers died 50, 60 years old. They were gone already, but my grandmothers lived to their 90s, and they were both just so much fun and so full of life and
yes,
really wonderful, wonderful, very loving.
yeah,
So, yeah.
yeah. And I think something happens um, when you experience those kinds of things in life. Um, it's a little easier to be not to sweat the little stuff,
Hmm.
right?
Right,
Because you've kind of been in the muck, where you have to reach up to touch the bottom.
right.
So then it's a case of, yeah, there's some things that are just, I'm not willing to fight for certain things because there is no value. There is
Yeah,
no value in it. So
absolutely.
yeah, you
Absolutely.
you learn that. And yes, for those of you who have said, absolutely, we need immigrants. Um, we If it wasn't for immigrants, there would be a lot of things that would not get done. Absolutely
Absolutely.
would not get done.
Absolutely true.
So yeah,
Absolutely true. I am one of the people who say I open the doors of this country to people. I understand you have to have you
yeah,
have to somehow have a cap on how many maybe in
yes,
a month or whatever that may be in a year. Um, but to allow people in to be able to start their lives here, because this is a dream for many people to be able to come to a place where there is not a dictator
yes,
running your life and that you can choose to do whatever you want for
yes,
a living.
yeah,
um, it's a dream come true to many people, and we take it for granted in some way.
absolutely, absolutely.
uh,
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you're not told what you're going to be,
yeah,
which is
exactly. What trade you're going to go into, and that's it. You're
yeah,
slotted into here, and that's all you're
yeah,
going to do.
exactly. And yeah, that you have no choice.
Or if you're in Afghanistan and you are a girl and you have no choice,
Yeah,
you don't get an education. Period.
exactly.
End of subject.
Yeah.
So,
And
mm,
yeah, you're right, Woman. There's uh, most Americans and even most Canadians too. We are also a multicultural nation, but there are a lot of people here that, and it's funny because I have heard it from some immigrants who are here who have a problem with other immigrants. Well, they have a problem with people that are a different skin color coming in,
mm,
because then yeah, they're the ones that they're taking the jobs and whatnot. And it's like, no, if you wanted that job, go apply for it. Oh well, I'm too educated. Really? I know doctors that are driving cab.
yeah,
Because,
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely, absolutely.
So
I, I have to tell you, there was a time in my grandfather's. I think he must have been 19 or 20. he used to, work on a road crew, and he was the foreman, and that's how he ended up meeting my grandmother at a restaurant where she was serving pie to him. And
Uh-huh.
somehow they ended up getting married, and they had two children, my mom and my aunt.
Yeah.
And my grandfather said, well, we're moving to California. They were in South Dakota. So there they were. My grandfather got the money together for my grandmother and the two, my
Yeah.
mother and my aunt, to go on the train. So they got off the train and they were in Folsom, California, waiting for him, and he hopped a train. This was
Oh,
my grandfather was quite the entrepreneur. So imagine this: he's like 20 years old. He hops a train. He gets there, and he doesn't have any money. So he gets in their room. He's going to make alcohol. He's going to make alcohol. I mean, he actually, let me preface this by saying he beat my grandmother out there, and he decided he was going to make moonshine in the
yeah.
bathtub and sell it for money.
That's right. Yeah.
He's 20 years old in Folsom, California. This was like, he was born in 1901. So you can
Yeah. Yeah.
imagine this is 1920, 1921. He got arrested. So they put him in jail. My grandmother gets there with the two kids off the train, and there he is. There's no money. She's got these two little kids. So she had to go to a hotel and say, I will keep the children with me, and I will make beds. I will do the,
Yes.
you know. So that's what she did till he got out. This is the kind of stuff. But let me just
Exactly.
say, my grandfather ended up he was such an entrepreneur. He started his own um, mechanical repair shop, big, very big and successful, but it was in the farm country in Marysville, California. And he would repair tractors and
Yep.
vehicles, and he'd design new tools that he needed to create,
Yep.
to repair these things. He was very good at what he did.
Yep.
But, he only lived till he was 57 because he got thyroid cancer.
Oh,
Yeah. So this is the kind of thing they had to do.
yeah.
Imagine. That's quite wild.
I
Wow.
know. I know. There's a lot of things that, yeah, if you haven't gone through the experience, it's hard to understand it. But no, I will always welcome anyone new that comes to Canada. Absolutely. This too is a line of opportunity. Find your opportunity.
Yeah.
Do what you have to. And they do. That's
Yeah.
just it. They do. I remember years ago there was yeah, it was many years ago because I was still living at home. Um, there was a family across the street that we could see from the traffic and whatnot that there was three different families that were living in the house, and sort of the rumor after a while in the neighborhood was, yeah, there's three families living there and they're all working, okay, and everybody's money goes into the pot, and they paid off the first house, they sold it, and then they bought two more houses, and then they lived in those and they sold it until each one of the people ended up owning their house outright, free and clear. It took them a number of years to do it, but they did it. Right? So
Absolutely.
it's,
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm going to put
Absolutely.
up with some
And you,
struggle
and you
right
know
now.
what my husband's family did? They were in the service, and well, actually, not the mother, but my husband's father was in the Air Force, and well, actually, that's not quite correct. He was a Marine. Well, he was a Navy SEAL. Say it right. But then he ended up being in the Army after that because he changed commissions. But he was a Navy SEAL, and he ended up in Germany as kind of like a spy. because he was fluent in Germany, hence the last name Klingenbeck. But
Yeah.
anyway, so they would keep their money in envelopes. This is what you have to do to pay your rent. This is what you have
Yeah.
for food. This is what you
Yeah.
have for entertainment. This is what you have. And that's how they lived out of these envelopes.
Yes.
That's how they were able to save money for
Yes.
whatever they were going to do, like go skiing. They would go skiing and they would go vacation in Italy. They would do all kinds of things. And the kids were little
Yeah.
and they enjoyed themselves, but they budgeted tightly for their.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, we don't do that. We don't live with real money.
Yeah.
We live with a credit card, and hopefully we know that that comes due at the end of the month, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
It's again
we,
like that old joke about, I can't be broke. I still have checks left.
that's it. Because how do you feel that real money that you owe
Yeah.
when you're charging it on plastic? God knows I do the same thing, but I pay it
Yeah.
off every month. But you don't feel the debt. You don't feel it. You
Yeah.
don't realize you're putting yourself into that situation. Because in the olden days, you take your envelope and go, that's all we got for entertainment. Can't do anything. There's no more for this.
Nothing there. Yeah.
You're, you're not going to take anything out of the rent money envelope or whatever. I'm telling
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. And Sherilyn stopped in. Hi, Cheryl. Cheryl is one of the ladies that belongs to my tarot group here in Calgary that we get together
Oh, great.
on Sundays.
Nice
She
to have
does runes.
Oh,
Yeah. So thank you for coming in, stopping by. Uh, yeah, Shaw Woman says, yeah, we're my dad's parents were Sicilian. My grandfather didn't trust banks.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
my
Exactly.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
my
When they
husband's
passed
parents.
away, we were going through their stuff. We found packets of money. Yep. Yep. Mattress,
Yeah,
freezer,
my
liquor
husband's
cabinet.
family is Sicilian, and also uh, they were one other side owned a vineyard in near Venice. So yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Well, and so there's some very fond memories about the past, just like there are some kind of, yeah, uncomfortable memories. But you know what? You can hold on to the uncomfortable and make it something painful. Um, or you could choose to deal with it with a little bit of humor and go,
They lived through it, so
they did.
and they still have smiles on their faces. So I mean, it's good to get it up and out and let it all go.
Yeah,
And revisiting it right now in this time of,
yeah,
there was the full moon. This is like some big
yes,
day, April 6th is some huge day. All this releasing and all this talking and reminiscing, getting up old patterns in generations, generational angst,
yeah,
call it whatever you want. I
absolutely.
think it's really in service of being able to clear all this out. And,
Yeah. Make
it's,
room for the new, make
mhm,
room for the
yeah,
light and the crystalline source
right.
and all that good
Yeah,
stuff. And
absolutely.
if this discussion um, has made anyone think, I hope that what you realize is that um, everyone has a different story to
Mm,
tell. Everyone's circumstance um, might have been somewhat similar, and yet they chose to get out of that. They chose to do something better.
mhm.
And we go back and we look at some of the mistakes that maybe that they made, and we say, well, I forgive because you didn't know any better.
Yeah.
It's like I said to you before the show. I don't speak Swahili.
Hmm.
So,
You're
I
not
can't
going to
control
know
that
how to
because I
greet
don't.
somebody. Just like they didn't
Yeah,
have the emotional IQ or
yeah,
quotient to be able to manage us
yes.
daughters properly.
Well, yeah, and
To
you know
us.
what? As daughters, we were our mother's job,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Sons, that was different.
Yeah.
Sons got to go fishing and they got to go hunting and they got to repair the vehicles and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But for the most part, the daughters were,
The mother's job.
cleaning house with the mom.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
True.
a colorful foresight.
Very colorful
And yeah,
foresight.
anyone else that has come in
Um,
that I have forgotten to say hello to and all that good stuff. By the way, you guys, we are live streaming this not only to my channel but to Val's channel as well. So if we're commenting things on things and you don't see what it is that we're commenting on, it's probably because it's um, yeah, the people that are on my channel are able to comment and post things. So are the people on Val's channel. We can see them all. You
mhm.
just can't see them all.
Right.
Not yet anyway. So
Yeah. Hopefully, this will be fixed on YouTube's back end and that all the chats will
yeah,
merge together. Uh, but that'll take some programming. Hopefully, they'll take care of that little
yeah.
thing out there, YouTube.
Absolutely. Yeah. And
But
Scorpio Mama is here. So listen, we are at 42 minutes. Um so
okay. Yeah.
shall we do some,
Yeah.
maybe we'll do
Absolutely.
a collective reading. And
Okay.
then how's this? We'll take 5 questions.
Okay. Hi,
So
Nancy.
yeah,
Nancy's here.
just post your, if you've got a question or you want us to read on something, just post it in all caps so that it gets our attention.
Yep.
And then we'll see what we can do. We'll see
Hmm.
what we can do. Toss a few cards.
Okay.
Okay, what do I want? Um,
Oh, I
you know
need to get
what?
my. Hmm.
Huh? Sorry.
I'm just gonna jump up and get my candle. I can hear
Ah,
you. I'm just getting a
all
real
right.
candle.
I'm shuffling.
It finally, I,
Hi,
uh,
Nancy.
I
Hi,
ruined.
Esther.
This is my candle I've been using, everyone.
Oh, nice.
And
Nice. You're good. I think it's time for a new one.
I'm
Okay.
gonna use my grandchildren. Joy.
Oh,
That's when they were younger. My 4 grandchildren.
yeah. Hello, Arwen.
It's nice to have grandchildren
Absolutely.
because
Absolutely. I get to enjoy everybody else's. I'm
oh,
just waiting for my nieces to start. Um, hold on. I'm gonna start that one.
grandma's birthday. Oh, that's cute.
Oh, okay. And that one is starred. All right.
That was cute.
Absolutely. Okay. So I've got three stars. So
Okay.
we're doing a reading on the collective to
Yeah,
start
yeah,
with?
yeah, yeah. We'll
Okay.
do the collective.
Sounds good.
Oh. Mm. Mm. Interesting. Interesting.
Yep. Nice. Well, it's odd that
Hmm.
what we were just talking about, and the sort of the whole conversation, okay? And
Yep.
the cards that I pulled, or that came out, was envy.
Oh.
And the message is, I am the same as everyone, but with different challenges.
Mm.
The next one is a regret. And that is, I know that I cannot change the past. And self esteem.
Oh. Wow. That is so
Yeah.
appropriate.
I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. So
Wow.
that just kind of confirms what we've been what we've
Doesn't
been talking about. And apparently spirit likes what we've been talking about.
it?
So that's it's saying, listen, you're like everybody else, and you are as special as everyone else.
Yeah.
And you could do the only difference between me and many of the people out there is I do this more often. I get more practice. That's it. That's it. So
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah, you can do the same thing. All right, go.
Okay. So we've been mending our emotions, mending everything that as we've been talking about this. And I got the home card. It's
Oh,
all about that beautiful relationship where we've been nurtured. And,
yeah.
but I'm seeing that we're going to have a fork in the road now. As
Yes.
you let go of things, more opportunities show up in front of you. As you release, new doors open. Many opportunities will be coming. So
Yep.
keep your eyes open as to how you feel about each thing that comes up. Um, and you can
Absolutely.
make good choices that way. Yay.
Yep. For sure. For sure. Okay. All right. What am I going to use? And let's see, for the ones that are starred. Okay. Maruda would like to hear from her dad. Okay. We'll see what he has to say. Um,
I can't believe I pulled another candle that doesn't have enough juice in it. It's really true. I have to get another one. I'm right here. I'm just grabbing it.
That's all right.
I mean, really.
You know what? I do the tea lights.
You
And
know,
yeah. Oh,
finally, I got a
nice.
big one. It's not gonna. I'm not gonna have that problem anymore.
Okay.
I'm just gonna take this wrapper off. Mmm, scented.
I love scented candles.
So beautiful. Oh my goodness, I love it. Okay, my ritual for the candle is, is all set now. Okay.
Okay. Maybe. Hey, Sherry.
Hi.
Okay, so Mar- Marita, what I'm getting right off the bat is, did you just um did you just purchase like a wooden toy or something for a child, and when you saw it, you remember thinking that, yeah, your dad had given you something similar? Because I have I have him showing me the like a wooden carved toy, and saying that you used to have something similar. So if you could just let me know if that's resonating with you. And in the meantime, Sherry said she just got home. National Weather Service issuing tornado warnings for
Oh,
my area. It looks really nasty outside.
oh gosh.
Yeah,
Oh
Sherry,
gosh.
take care.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Take care. Make sure that you're locked in, that you're safe.
Right
Go to the
inside.
center of the house, apartment, whatever, and yeah, stay safe. God, we'll be thinking of you. Okay. Yes. Yeah. No, you don't want to lose power.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Uh, Hi, Maura. Maruda, are you still here? No, I haven't bought any toys lately, just cards.
And you know, it's a funny thing. I saw your dad showing me a horse, a real live horse. I don't know what that relates to or what he was showing that to me
Yeah.
for, but I pulled leg up. He's giving you some assistance. He wants you to be present. Be present right here in the here and now. Don't think about the past. Don't even live too far in the future. Be present in every moment, and you'll catch all those messages coming through that he's giving you.
Yep.
And he's also showing how much you mean to him by saying, definitely all that glitters is not gold. He treasures the relationship that he had with you and still has, and he adores you. So
Mm.
that is his message to you. Stay present, and you'll
Yeah.
receive some of his more of his messages.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, he's actually quite committed to helping you, um, sort of soar to succeed, because I got the card up, followed by take flight.
Oh,
So yeah, it's like you're ready to go. Commitment
mhm.
and caretaker. So he's absolutely watching over you. He is trying to guide you in the right direction. And yeah, he's just waiting for you to take flight. Um, it's like he's encouraging you quietly. You could hear him in the back of your head saying, "You can do it. You could do it." Um, yeah, yeah. No, he is still with you. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, and you're both Sagittarians. Aha.
I want
Okay.
to, and Maruda, I want to say also, the horse is a symbol for strength. Uh,
Yes.
Also, just saying that as a spirit animal, it's also about strength because
Yeah.
it's one of my symbols as well. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he's definitely with you, and he's giving you messages. So look out for those.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, she said no, she hadn't bought any toys lately, just cards. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know what that feels like. I've never met a deck that I didn't want to own.
Yeah, I know. I I have fun this for so many decks out there that oh man, I have to.
Yeah. Yeah. And you are very welcome. You're very welcome. Okay. We will go to, and this one, yeah, I know.
Mhm.
I know she's just being a little cheeky because that's the way she is. Yeah. Why do I keep talking to my deaf cat? Because your cat can hear you. They are deaf, but they can pick up on the energy. So your
Mhm.
cat knows when you're happy, when when you're being
Oh,
cheerful,
totally,
and all that kind of stuff. Picking up,
totally. They
yeah.
don't need their ears.
No, no, no. No, so there is nothing wrong with you. You're just like everybody else, because we all talk to our animals, and we expect them to talk back.
Absolutely. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, that's one of the many joys of having a husky, is the fact that they will argue back.
Yes,
If I'm
yes,
telling
I
her she
will.
can't do something, oh, just she'll, yeah. you know
They do talk like that, don't they?
Absolutely. Yeah. Like just, do you know what? Yesterday, yeah, yesterday morning, um, before my son left for work, because he wasn't able to spend as long with the dog in the dog park, he thought she should have a treat, and so he gave her this pig's ear or whatever it was. Well, the two cats came over to see what was going on, and she
That's
growled at
what
them
the
like,
yummy card was about.
yeah. So she lay down by that pig's ear and did not move the entire day. I couple times I went over and I'd say, Clarity, do you need to go outside? No, she wasn't moving. She just kept looking at me and looking at the cats like, you know what? Yeah, they're going to steal it.
He's
I know
not
they
going
are.
to
I
leave
have to
the
find a safe hiding
treasure.
place.
Not going to leave the treasure unguarded.
No, no, just go away, Grandma. I got this. It was honestly the funniest thing. I couldn't wait to tell Chris when he got home that yeah, she has not moved.
Mm-mm.
She held it in for probably 12 hours. Nope. So there you go. Okay.
Oh, that's cute.
Alrighty. So now you know, Cheryl. You're just being normal.
That is really true.
Just being normal.
Yep.
Okay. Today is my grandma's birthday. Can I have a message from her? Her name
Oh.
is June. Jamie Johnson. Uh yeah, determination is right. Yeah. Um, okay. Did you what I'm seeing is a very impeccably dressed woman. Like she is it's like every day there was going to be important company coming over. Like she's fully dressed. She's got the apron on to make sure that everything is right. Her hair is done. Um, yeah, she's just very very put together. Um, and she liked a cocktail. She definitely liked her cocktail. She didn't overindulge, but she certainly enjoyed. So, Jamie, if you're still here, just let me know um, if that resonates with you at all. Like I said, my medium. Yep, that's her. Okay, thank you. I was just gonna say, yeah, my mediumship skills are still sort of developing, and sometimes it can be a hit or miss. But what I get, uh,
You
I
have
have
to
to be able
pray.
to put out there.
You have
But
to be able
yeah,
to.
okay, yeah, and yeah, she didn't. Great sense of humor, and she liked to tell. Oh, she didn't drink. Oh, okay. Well, she didn't drink, not that you know of.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Little nip in the little little cast
yeah,
in the purse and the
yeah. And she liked telling a good joke. She liked a good play
oh,
on words.
LDS. Mm.
So yeah. Okay. Let me see what she's got to say. Okay. All righty. Yeah, she is really really enjoying being in the spirit world, um and it was a joy for her to return um to spirit the way that
Oh.
she sort of understood it. um and she's saying yeah, now she's very celestial, she's in the stars. So
Mm.
if you look up, and there's a particular star that twinkles just a little more brightly. That's her saying hello. Um, and yeah, you also got the take flight card. So um, those on the other side are very, very encouraging of spiritual growth. And they're letting us know that it's okay. Like, just go, take a chance, take a chance. That's what um, yeah, that's what I'm hearing her say. Take a chance.
Mm, that kind
Yeah.
of matches my cards because are you're through, Marina?
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
Jamie, I saw Jamie. Is it Jamie? Am I saying it right?
I think so.
Jamie, your
Yeah.
grandma. She's funny. But what I saw, don't know if it's checkers or chess. She put it on the table in front of me. So I don't know exactly what that means for you. I can't even begin to imagine, but it means something. But what I pulled is poised.
Mm.
So uh, this could be, as Marina described her, she's a poised woman, but she feels like you are also, notice how this is on a pedestal, poised on a
Yeah.
pedestal. I think she may be speaking about herself, but she's telling you to come to the edge. And
Yeah.
this is about taking flight. Come to the edge because
Yeah.
you will fly.
Yeah.
Take the chance to learn the new things in the spiritual realm because that's what your grandma's excited about. She knows
Yes.
and she wants you to, yeah, get in on it. How do you
Absolutely.
do that? Be here and now. Be present in this moment, and you will receive all these things messages, um, all your gifts will come through when you are focused on that present moment. That's the magic. That's when the magic happens. So
Hmm.
that's what I got.
Yeah. And yeah, Jamie says we played cards and checkers together.
It was like checkers, a checker. It was a board.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if it was checkers or chess,
Yes.
but it
Yeah.
played a big role for her. She put it down on the table and just stood there smiling.
Yeah.
And then I pulled that poise card. That's like she put herself up on.
Totally. Totally. And Chandy Rodriguez has a good comment, and I'm going to have to double check that. Closed captioning is not working. It helps those of us who are hearing
Oh,
impaired. Could you please fix? Doesn't work for Sybil either.
oh,
So, okay, absolutely. Yeah, I will certainly look into that on my end, and whatever I can do um, to have the closed captioning option.
hmm,
Yes, we will do that. We will do that. Thank you. Thank you for pointing that out. I didn't realize that. Okay,
definitely.
all righty. And
I will make sure that we have that
yeah,
available.
yeah. Okay, and Arwen the Gray. When I get a message from my brother Gary. Yeah. And Jamie says, yeah, she loved me unconditionally. She was like a mom to me. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Right. Yeah. She's the kind of lady that I would enjoy having um, a cup of tea with
Oh,
and
yeah.
yeah,
Mhm,
and you could I get the feeling that you could almost tell her a little bit of a naughty joke and she'd go,
mhm.
oh,
Yeah,
she'd like it.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can't
I
believe you
think
said that.
secretly she'd be enjoying it a little.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
She had a little fun. She had a lot of fun in her. That you know.
Yeah, she sure did. Um, okay, Arwen. He's he's showing me like casting a fishing line. Like, did you guys used to go fishing? Was that something that you did together? Just yeah, let me know if that resonates with you, or he was an avid fisherman, but something to do with, yeah, casting the line.
Mhm.
Folks, you know what? I swear to God, I did shuffle these cards. I did.
Sometimes it's the
You,
resonance, and it's for, it can be for more
yeah,
than the, yeah,
exactly.
thing.
And yeah, so, um, Arwen, what Gary is saying again, same thing. Take flight. Take flight.
Hmm.
He's saying you've got the knowledge, okay? You
Hmm.
know what you need to do in order to move forward. And you've got stuff that is coming up, that is surfacing, that memories that you're having, and so on, and little, almost like hearing a voice in the back of your head that is telling you something. Yeah, he's saying you're getting ready to um, really come into your own. So yeah, if you're still here, Arwen, if you could just, yeah, let me know how we're doing on that. But yeah, he's helping you. He's really, and he's coming to you in your dreams, and he kind of whispers to you when you think that, oh, I thought that was, Gary, and then you go, no, I'm imagining things. No, that was him. So yeah, just let me know. Okay, sorry, Val. Go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, so the fates are about things you cannot change. And he's just showing you that, just remember home, and home is where the heart is. And that relationship with you is what, um, you know, brings him a lot of beauty and peace. So just let go of whatever pain there is around his passing, because he is really in a wonderful place. He wants you to breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Breathe in that beautiful white light. And on the release, let go of whatever grief
Yeah.
and whatever trauma you might feel. He's giving me the soulmates card, showing how much he loves you and how close he feels to you. So I feel like he is giving you a big hug from the other side right now,
Yeah.
and that he is definitely with you. As I got getting this home card, you know, he's with you whenever you think of him. And as Marina said, if you imagine that you have received something from him, whether it's a thought voice or you hear something, yes, it's him.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh,
Okay.
Arwen, that is it for me.
Yeah.
I hope
And
that.
Arwen says, yeah, we did when I was little. So I'm thinking that you're referring to that, yeah, to the fishing. So yeah, he's just reminding you, remember the good time,
Mhm.
right?
That's what he's.
Remember how carefree it
Yeah.
was, and it can be that way again. So yeah. Thank you, Arwen. Thank you very much. Okay, and oh,
Oh, oh.
my girl is out there. Oh, yeah. Dad will be home soon. That's Where is everybody? Why are the doors closed?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. In a time of very different opinions around the world events, so practice non-attachment. Unity is all that matters in the end. No questions, just sending love. And you know what, Trisha? Thank you. Thank you, because we are all learning how to be a little less judgmental, right? Stop and think about, when you want to react to something, maybe stop and ask yourself, do you really understand where that person is coming from? Do you really know about their circumstance? Uh, what about their history? Maybe there's something in their history that, uh, yeah, that maybe you didn't know. So yeah, absolutely,
Yeah, and it's funny
absolutely, my dear. Yeah,
with the events around the world. Um, it's best if you can step back and imagine the greatest, largest picture of what it looks like from the multiverse, looking down at the Earth
that's it.
school and what's happening. See it from that perspective that whatever is playing out is a role, a drama
Yeah,
to come to a particular end, to serve something. So getting involved in the
yeah,
attachment to that drama is just getting into the play itself. And isn't it better to
exactly.
be an observer? Because you're going to see it from where they do in the multiverse. And,
Yeah,
that's a much broader scope of that view. So,
yeah.
yeah, I love that question. I mean, it wasn't a question,
Yeah, I would comment, but
but it was
still, I mean, yeah, good, good.
powerful, really
And
good. Say,
Arwen, if you want to study energy healing, you go do it because he's right behind you. He's right behind you saying, yeah, you can do, you got this. You got this. You already know, you can feel intuitively, with your hands. So do it. Do it. Okay. So our last question that we've got is from Sal Rocks. Hey, Sally. I would love a message from my paternal grandmother, Patrona. I didn't really know her. Okay. Well, I could tell you that Patrona she did not suffer fools easily. Yeah. If she thought that, well, she'd be the kind of person that after you made a comment and she would look at you and go, "You're off your friggin' rocker." Like that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like she was just um, very honest that way. She didn't come across as being rude. It was just like, I can't believe you just did that. Okay. And you can, this is, this I know about her. Yes. Yeah. Ab- Absolutely. And she was, yeah, but in like I say, it wasn't mean spirited. It was almost charming that she would just, yeah, she would have a field day today. If she was alive today, she would listen to Marjorie Taylor Greene and she'd go, "Oh, but foolish nonsense." She, like, I could see her reacting, physically reacting to it, like that's just the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. You know? Anyway, yeah, she is telling me that she is communicating with you through your thoughts, and that she is trying to get the messages to you, um, sort of like guided messages, because what I got was mediumship. So she is trying to communicate with you, and if you find yourself saying a phrase that she would say, or listening to something on TV, and you kind of, it reminds you of her, that's her. So pay attention to what was happening just before that happened, because that's she is trying to communicate with you, and she is taking care of you. She is very committed to taking care of you, making sure that, yeah, things work out exactly the way that they should. But All righty. That's what I got. What you got?
Awesome. Well, I saw her as soon as Marina started talking about her. I just got this image of her standing there with her hands on her hips. But then it just transformed into this big pink heart. And I saw the love and softness within her. At the same time, she has this personality thing.
Yeah.
She has a lot of love for for her family and a lot of love for you with that pink heart. And the cards I pulled are by the book. So I mean, she this is how she is. But fork in the road for you. And she's saying, into the unknown, young lady, into the unknown. Step into the unknown. In other words, the occult, the hidden, the
Yep.
things that make us that are our spiritual side more than what we are, and be flexible. Um, don't don't be hard on yourself too. Don't be too harsh. As much as she might have not suffered fools, she wants you to stand in your strength and not be, like a willow tree sways in the wind when things blow against it, but it doesn't fall down. That's how she wants you to be.
Uh-huh.
So that makes any sense.
Yeah. This is beautiful. Look, Sally says, yeah, she was actually a bookie in Spanish
Oh,
Harlem.
I love it. She
Yeah,
was quite the character,
absolutely.
but had a
Absolutely.
heart of
Yeah.
her own and absolutely loved her family. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I could.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, yeah, I'm glad we got her.
Yep.
So, all right, 1 hour, 17 minutes. Thank you all. Thank you very much for being here.
Yeah.
Definitely appreciate the support. Um, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And if you're interested in booking a reading with me, just send an email to heartcentertarot@outlook.com. I'll send you all the details. It's actually quite easy, quite easy to get it done. So, Val, thank
Marina.
you.
Oh, you're welcome. I was going to say, and Marina's a fantastic medium. So
There
definitely
I try.
get a reading from her.
I do my best. And Sherry, yeah, please take care. Yeah, she says it's pouring down rain now. Just yeah, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself.
Big hug to all
And,
of you.
yes,
Mwah,
yes,
mwah.
Cheryl. Big hugs to you too. And I will see you on Sunday, and I will see you folks later. Oh, wait. You will see Val and I tomorrow on Allie's channel.
Yes, we will be doing
Uh-huh.
storytelling with the cards,
Yes.
which I have
Yeah.
never done, but I
No,
did.
me either.
We're going
Me
to sit
either. So
down. We're going to
yeah,
tell
that
some stories.
yeah. So go over to Allie's channel. That's Heart and Soul Connected. And yeah, we will
Yeah.
see you later. Take care, everyone. Love you
Thank
lots.
you.
Bye.